Hello class, this is Jeff Carstensen with Ultimate Medical Academy. Again, I'm one of the instructors here for CI2000 Computer Fundamentals. And I would like to welcome you to week 2, where we're going to be working on creating a Microsoft Word document. What I've done is to kind of get us started here. If you notice, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to show you that I already have the materials typed in so that you're not going to have to watch me type this in. What I'll be doing is I'll just copy it and I'll bring it up to the top here so that we can start using the various tools. One of the neat things about Microsoft Word is everything is pretty much built in for you. So once you start getting a hang of where everything is in the home, the insert design, and the different areas of the ribbon, and you start getting comfortable with it, you'll be able to click and drag and really make your work stand out and look very professional. So the one thing we want to do first is we do want to go ahead and save your document. I do have the instructions open on my left hand screen, so every now and then I'm going to be looking down to that to make sure that we're doing the right piece. So the first thing we want to do when we save this, we want to go ahead and hit File. We want to click on Save As. We want to go ahead and find a good location. For me, I'm always saving things on this PC inside my Documents tab. And so when I do that, the instructions go ahead and tell us to go ahead and save it as our last name, underscore our first name, underscore A2 for assignment 2. So I went ahead and I've gone ahead and saved that. And once you do that, you're going to notice at the very top, your file name is going to go right here. On new versions of Microsoft Word, you do have this autosave on that is constantly saving your work. I don't quite like to have it on all the time because I am very used to saving my work. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for now. So in case we do make a small mistake, we can go back if we have some kind of a colossal piece and not have to start over. So what I have now done is I've went ahead and pulled everything up into the document. And so the second part of step 2 is going to have to do with our layout. And we're going to change it from a portrait, which is that up and down like a picture would be, to landscape, which is generally what you'll see when you're in a museum and you see a wide, broad painting. So portrait to landscape, and you're going to find that right here on the Layout tab. Then you click on Orientation, and then you click on Layout. And once you've changed the layout, what you'll notice, it goes from that tall and skinny to that shorter and narrow, or excuse me, short and wide. The next piece is to change our margins. There are several preset margins. Traditionally, you either have it at 1 inch all around the edges or 1.5. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and change it to the narrow presetting, and which is going to be 0.5 on every edge. So you're going to notice that things move closer to the edge. It gives you a little bit more writing space, but it still gives you enough of a margin so that you're not running off the page. So we go ahead and change that. So what you'll notice again, we went up and we went over to create that smaller margin around the side. So there's a couple things. What we want to do is we want to go ahead and click up here and save, so that we know that we won't lose that if anything happens, we kick the plug, something happens, we'll be able to start over right here. So with that then, our next step is we're going to start working with the title. The title of our document is going to be our program. I chose Medical Billing and Program Coding. There's several different programs that you may be involved in, and so we want to make sure that we're doing that. So a couple things. We want to change the style from default to strong. We're going to align it in the center, and we're going to change that font style to size 18. All of those are located on our Home tab. The Home tab up here is on the left-hand side. Click on Home. Click on Center right here underneath the paragraph. And you notice how that looks like it's left justified. This is right justified. This is full, where both sides are going to look even. And then the center, though, is going to be right here. And so then we're going to change that to our center. We're going to take this. We're going to change this in our styles to strong. And if you notice, you kind of scroll through here. strong will be there. It's going to change the font a little bit. It's going to make it bold. And then the other thing it's asking us to go ahead and change this to size 18. So that's what we're going to do with our title. The next piece we want to do below the title, we're going to create a header that says top 3 reasons to become and I wrote medical biller after your program name. And so we're going to change this heading from top 3 reasons to become a medical billing coder to italics text with size 14. So we're going to go ahead and select this. People often say highlight, but highlight is really a color. So I just always want to use select. And so then we're going to change that to italics, size 14 font. Okay. The next thing it's going to ask is going to ask us to give 3 different reasons that we have become a medical biller. And so what I've done is I've listed 3 reasons right here: growing professions, employability, and advancing in your career. And what they're asking us to do here is to create this into what's known as bullets. And many have seen these before, pretty standard in a Word document, where you're going to find these. You're going to find the bullets up here underneath the paragraph. You're going to see numbers here, you're going to see dots here, and these are the bullets. When you click on the down arrow, it'll give you some options, none, all the way up to some of these other cool looking things. Let's go ahead and just go with the standard bullet. The one thing what you'll do is notice how it automatically indents it for you, and then it goes also to go ahead and give you the opportunity to keep it selected. And since it's still selected, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and do the next step that asks us to change the font. We're going to be changing it to Cooper Black, which is a really dark font that stands out really well. And so once we go ahead and click that, you'll see how that really stands out. It also makes it really easy for me to grade because I can look at that and nothing else looks like it. So there you go with your Cooper Black. We're going to add a subtitle. What is medical billing and coding? And again, I go ahead and have typed it in, and I'm going to go ahead and go over here, click on this, and one of the things I showed you before how to do it using this, but I'm going to show you that there's another way to look through everything, and it's right in here. So if you just use the down arrows, you can see where the words appear right here. Remember how we had strong before? What we're going to do is we're going to change this to a subtitle. All right. So there you go. So we just added the subtitle. Moving forward, we are already on step 12. So what is a medical billing encoder to bold text in font 16? So I'm going to click on bold, and I'm going to change this to font 16. By doing all these pieces, this gives you an opportunity to start using and understanding where everything is up here. The next piece, and this is really one of the areas where I didn't want you to have to watch me type. Just know I'm not really interested or really concerned what you're telling me here about what a medical billing or a medical administration or a healthcare worker is doing. Although I do want to make sure that you have 6 complete sentences. And the other piece that I wanted you to do is make sure that you do well with it. So we want to make sure that we're running spell check once you've typed it in. So here's our 6 sentences. And with that, it's asking us to change this to font size 12, which you notice it already is for me. Usually Calibri has 11. So I'm going to go ahead and just pretend that it was still sitting at 11. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to change that to font size 12. The one thing I want you to notice too is that we really do want this to stand out. Sometimes as you're working your way through it, if you're not having everything typed first, this will continue to be Cooper Black bold. And so if that's the case where this is all Cooper Black bold, let's go ahead and change it. What I want to show you is that it really doesn't stand out if everything's the same, right? So with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this back to our regular font so that we have some definition between what this is and what our previous piece is. Make sense? And then I'm going to go ahead and change this back to the Calibri as well. So, all right. So we got this as a subtitle, size 16. And we've got this as Calibri, size 12. All right. So moving forward, a couple other things that we want to do is we want to make sure that once we've done our descriptive paragraph, if you went online and you pulled information from the internet, don't forget to cite that, okay? But again, most people can do 6 sentences on what they're studying without going to another website and pulling materials. The next step is we do want to start using our find and replace tool. So using the find function, we're going to be using the medical, and we're going to take out every instance of medical, and we're going to put it into healthcare. And so how we do that is we are going to go over here to our find and replace. This is find, this is replace. Once you click on that, this bar right here is going to pull up File, Find, Replace, and go to. Replace is going to, if we put in medical, it's going to pull out every instance of the word medical, and it's going to then replace it with the word healthcare. For the sake of the program, or for the sake of the assignment, don't worry about it if your statement isn't going to make sense anymore. Again, you're showing me that you know how to use the tool. So the things that you want to do here is you want to go ahead and you make sure you have the medical in here, make sure you have healthcare in here. You're going to go ahead and click on replace all, and it's going to find 8 different times that I had the word medical billing, and some other areas, and it's going ahead and change that word to healthcare. So click on that right here. You're going to see healthcare, 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 healthcare. So all those pieces has been changed. And then here again, you want to go ahead and make sure that you're using your spell check and your Grammarly. I'm going to go and click on my Grammarly that I downloaded. Remember, you were asked to do that in week 1. Don't worry about it. We found one additional issue. This is the premium version, the paid for version. So we want to go ahead and, if there was a word that was misspelled, let's go ahead and make a misspelling so that we could do that. Unfortunately, that's actually still a word. So we're going to go ahead and do that, right? We're going to misspell this word so that when we run this, it's going to be able to pull this up, okay? So it's telling us we have a misspelled word right here. Click on it. Healthcare. Right? Cool. All right. Make sense so far? I am going to take a little short pause right here. I definitely want to make sure, look back through that. Ensure that everything you have so far looks just like this. And go ahead and proceed on to video number 2 so that you can start using the text box. You can start using the APA formatting, how to insert a footer into your document, and then finally we're also going to be adding an image. So I definitely want to thank you for all your hard work. I want to thank you for your patience with me. I'm going to go ahead and save this. You know how we always say we want to save it, and then go ahead and join me for the week 2 video number 2 when it comes to the Microsoft Word document.